she started really waking up, right? And she was just like, well, and then she looked back. She's like, I'm like, now you understand? I'm like, now you understand what she's like, the checkpoints, the barricade, the wall. She's like, I get it now. Like, you guys are just trying to put a fucking lid on this shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah. Yeah. You think?
I mean, it's like, so the argument about the checkpoints and the wall that we have. It's like, well, was that wall always there? Were those checkpoints there? Like from the beginning? No. There's a reason for it. You know, like basically the reason for putting those checkpoints and the wall is so we didn't have to carpet bomb those cities and kill every last one of them.
You know what's so crazy? So Warrior and then the other girl, JC, the one that just literally flipped in the last little bit, and they're actually kind of like humiliated that they even were pro-Pali in the first place, or like even supporting Hamas. To even say that we were pro-Hamas, they're just like wow. But it goes. By the way, real time, it just goes to show two things. Number one, the power of propaganda. Just how powerful propaganda is. You know, sometimes we think that we can't get, and I'm always aloof to this too. I'm like, what kind of propaganda? If so many people are duped in this, like, what other narratives or what other conflicts and stuff going on in the world are we maybe susceptible to that we're not even aware of? You know what I mean?
Bro, look at people they changed the word to propaganda from, you remember in Waco, Texas, and all these other, like, there's a couple other cities around Texas and around the world where they've gathered like 400 or 500 people that people just randomly, like, were dying to join this cult.
Yeah.
And they drank the lemonade, and then there was
Heaven's Gate. What Heaven's Gate, right?
You could be correct.
Ding along. They caught up their dings, right?
Yeah, but it's even with Charles Manson, he had a following, and basically, so now we call it as propaganda, but it's a culty mentality where people they get brainwashed, and then the problem is we need to wash their brain into good things. Because who would ever think that 400 or 500, I think there was even 2,000, I forget, it was a mass number, and where they all killed themselves.
Like, you know what the crazy thing is? You would think only a crazy person would ever do that. Bro, if you looked at the people that were in that cult, they were normal people, doctors, engineers, people. Like, they weren't, it's not like they were clinically insane people, bro. Like, this is just the human psyche, how susceptible we can be and be conditioned. Because, you know, human beings, we want to believe in things, right? We naturally want to believe things. That's why even conspiracy theories that even are so wild and crazy, we want to believe it as long as there's not enough, like, in-your-face evidence that this proves it, right? Like, a conspiracy can last only so long until, we're naive, but we're not that naive as human beings in general. You know what I mean? We're willing to believe it as long as there's not something that's so in your face that's like, whoa, right?
We still have people debating about that. We went to the moon.
What's that?
We still have idiots that think we didn't land on the moon.
Yeah, you know? There's just not enough, like, in-your-face evidence, I guess, for whatever reason in 2025, for them to be like, oh, wait, this is stupid. You know what I mean? Like, you hear stories from people following different ideologies, not just religions, but ideologies and belief systems. And
people didn't even believe in that.
I used to believe that.
Like flat earthers or something. I mean,
I was just going to say that. People don't realize how many people believe the Earth's flat.
Yeah, man.
There's millions of people.
It's actually incredible.
Could you imagine? So on those blogs that those flat earthers all flock to, if they were to change this, like, add a little bit more spice to it, that Israel's the Heaven's Gate, do you know what would happen? It's this. This is a prime example. Even our room right now, right? Not saying we're like, okay, hopefully we're a little bit smarter and our brains have been a little bit more like washed so we can understand more things and dissect things. Because I still have a mind where I can, you know, see where there could be situations on whatever, four sides of the earth where there's a problem. But I almost created a room, and he's probably clinically insane, right? But he created a room calling it the same title as ours. And we noticed it was toxic. And then Yirmiyahu comes up with an idea, let's call it the same thing, but let's actually talk about good things. You know what I mean? So you have somebody that wants to use it in a bad way, and it's saying, but then there's the think about